Greetings, folks. This is Victor Haskins with another episode of Let's Investigate. In this episode, we'll be talking about a very important function of playing any wind instrument, and that is breathing. Breathing. This is such an important topic. It is fundamental to being able to play a wind instrument well. We need to learn how to breathe effectively and efficiently in order to operate our instruments. If you want your car to go from one spot to somewhere 300 miles away, you need to have a gas tank that is capable of holding enough gas, which is what the car uses to go, to get to your destination. So, similarly, if we want our wind instrument, one of these things, which is not just a cornet, not just a brass instrument, but a wind instrument, wind-powered instrument, to do the things we want it to do musically, we need to make sure our air tank is primed for delivering the gas, or the wind as it were, to said instrument. So let's talk about how we go about learning to breathe effectively, because breathing effectively is a habit, and it is something that we should do all the time, but at the very minimum, I'm going to try to get you to do it while you're playing a wind instrument. First, let's just talk about posture. Posture, you should be standing or sitting straight up, just as I am in this video. Here's my profile view. I'm sitting with my back straight, okay? Or if I'm standing with a straight back, okay? We want to make sure our body is balanced. So if you're sitting, you want to make sure that your feet are firmly planted and that you don't want to not be grounded. Okay, your feet shouldn't be dangling on anywhere. You should have a chair where you're able to plant your feet on the floor, and you should be able to sit straight up. You can use a chair with a back on it, but you should probably sit on the edge of your chair. That way you can use the muscles in your body, your abdomen and your core, to keep your body upright. That's the most effective way, because as soon as you lean back, you're not going to engage those muscles as effectively. So use what your body is made with, which is these core muscles, to keep yourself upright and in a balanced position. Okay? I'm always mentioning, when I'm talking about concepts, the idea of being relaxed. Being relaxed is so important. Being relaxed is a great thing to try to be at all times. Right? There's no benefits to being tense during anything that you do. Being relaxed is the ideal way to receive information, to learn something new, to try something new. You want to be relaxed as much as possible, and especially while breathing, you want to be relaxed, because whatever you do behind the horn in your body is going to come through the bell of your horn, and that's what people are going to hear and feel. So if you're tense, that will come through your horn. If you're relaxed, that will come through your horn. So be relaxed. Let's talk about how we take air in and what that looks like and feels like. When we breathe in, let's just talk about the abdomen. Oh, before we talk the abdomen, let's talk about where the air is coming in our mouth, okay? So when we breathe in, we want to use this syllable. We want to say whole, okay? And that's how we breathe in and out in general. That saying whole, if you think about how your throat feels when you say that whole, your throat is open, right? So imagine your throat kind of looks like this. This is like the tube that is your throat. And when you go whole, right? If you go he, your tongue presses up in the back of your throat and kind of makes this shape in your throat, okay? And it's a very small air canal, versus whole gives you this nice open air canal. So we want to say whole, and it should sound like that when you're breathing in. You hear how quiet that is? Here's me breathing with my tongue blocking a lot of my throat. Right? That's very difficult. It looks very tense. It is very tense because I'm trying to suck all this air past all this blockage, right? But instead, if I say whole, and you're going to hear the sound whole as I'm breathing in. Okay? So think about using whole as your general setup to relax your throat and to keep everything open as you're bringing the air into your system, into your body. Okay? So that's the first thing. Say whole. Next thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're filling our body from the bottom to the top. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, I'm going to stand up here so you guys can see everything. As I breathe in, I'm going to breathe in, and this is the bottom, this is my waist right here. This is the bottom of my abdomen. I'm going to breathe in through my mouth, and it's going to go here first. I'm bringing it here. I'm not breathing into my chest. I don't breathe and fill my body from the top down. I breathe, and it fills from the bottom up. Just like if you were like pouring a glass of water, the cup would fill from the bottom to the top, okay? You pour the water in the top of the cup, and it will fill from the bottom to the top. Similarly, when you take in air, you fill air from the bottom of your abdomen up through your chest. You do not put air in your shoulders. There are no lungs in your shoulders, okay? There's nothing in here. So when you breathe in, this should not happen. Your shoulders don't need to raise up. Instead, what's going to happen is you're going to breathe in using our whole syllable, and you're going to see I'm going to pull my shirt tight against my body so you can see what is filling up when. Okay, so when I breathe, I'm going to breathe all the way out, so I'm empty, and then I'm going to breathe in. You're going to see this expand, and then you're going to see this expand last. And this is the last thing that expands. My chest is going to rise slightly. So here we go. I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to breathe in. Here's out. Now I'm going to breathe in. Now out again. This is going to be the first thing to go down right here. You see that? I'm filling up from the bottom to the top. I'm emptying from the bottom to the top. Always remember that. Bottom to the top. Here it is. Breathing in. Full. Now I'm going to breathe out. And that's how we breathe out. Imagine two processes, which I can illustrate with two common things we do. You're going to imagine you're filling yourself up like you're filling a glass with water. Okay, you're pouring the water in through the top, and it fills from the bottom to the top of the glass. And when you blow out, it's like you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste. Okay, the correct way. So if you squeeze a tube of toothpaste any other way, you're doing it wrong. So you should be taking a tube of toothpaste and you squeeze it from the bottom so all the toothpaste is at the topmost part of the tube, and it empties as you're going upwards. And by the time you're done with it at the top, all of it has squeezed out. Versus if you squeeze it from the middle, then like some of the toothpaste is down here, some of it is above where you're squeezing. Squeeze from the bottom to the top. Same thing when you're breathing. You're breathing outwards from the bottom of your abdomen to the top. So let's practice doing that. Just breathing several times. We're going to use our metronome, and we're just going to breathe. I just want you guys to practice saying whole and breathing in such that your abdomen expands, and actually your lower back is going to expand outwards. Your whole lower body is going to expand like this, and then your chest is going to rise slightly as the last little bit of your lungs expands up here. But most of your lungs is down in this area, okay? And then this raises a little bit at the end when you're actually full. Shoulders never come up. There's no reason to ever engage your shoulders. Keep your shoulders relaxed and just back like normal. Okay, so remember, good posture. We're standing straight up or sitting straight up like I am right now. And then we're going to breathe in. And we're going to fill the body from the bottom to the top. When we breathe out, we're going to say, and breathe out from the bottom to the top. Let's try that with our metronome. And we're going to do this thing that you'll see often as I make more breathing related content, which is we're going to breathe in around our hand, which is simulating our mouthpiece. Still saying whole. Okay? And then when we breathe out, we're going to blow the air at our hand, which is at arm's length. So that's going to help us practice directioning the air, because when we breathe out, when we're playing a wind instrument, we don't go, we don't just let the air go wherever. It's not going to do any work for us. We have to discipline the airstream and say, go here and go in this way, and go at this velocity, and go in this amount. We have to tell how much air. That's managing our air. We tell the air where we want it to go, and how much we want to get there, and how fast. Okay? So we breathe in with our hand on our lips, like fingers together, and we're going to breathe around it, saying whole. And we breathe out, hand at arm's length, and then you want to blow. You should feel a cool airstream at the palm of your hand, right? So if it's not hitting there, it's because you're not controlling your embouchure to blow at that target. That's your target. Okay? You should feel a constant airstream as you're blowing against your hand. Let's do it together. We're going to do 4 counts breathing in, 4 counts breathing out, and repeat right afterwards. In for 4, out for 4, in for 4, out for 4. This is a metronome. I have it on 60 beats per minute, which is 1 beat per second. So you could actually use a stopwatch if you're not using a metronome. Use a stopwatch, use a clock, use a watch. So let's practice that. In for 4, out for 4. Do it with me. 1, 2, ready, breathe in, and out, in, out. Let me get a different angle here. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, and in, out, in, out. One more time. In, out. Okay, so hopefully you managed to remain relaxed throughout doing that. You can feel your abdomen doing exactly what I told you it should be doing, which it should be filling from the bottom and it should be emptying from the bottom. I want you to practice this in front of a mirror. It's very important that you practice this in front of a mirror where you can see everything from your head down to your abdomen. That way you can tell if your body is doing the things I said it should do. Fill from the bottom, empty from the bottom, shoulders don't raise up. Okay? Your body should expand. It expands this way and expands this way. So you just want to fill it up and just get used to that feeling of being full. And just know that that's how you should be breathing when you play a wind instrument, and that also is how you should be breathing all day. And if you start to think about that, I challenge you to think about how you're breathing during the day. If you're sitting at your desk, or you're sitting, playing a game or reading a book, or in school or something like that, sitting there, think about, how am I breathing? Am I taking sips of air, or am I filling up my whole body? Do I feel my whole body moving and expanding and contracting as I breathe? And you'll probably notice that you're taking sips of air. And as soon as you start breathing deeply on a regular basis, you're going to notice that you have more energy because you're getting more oxygen in your body. So breathing is a very essential process for life, very essential process for playing a wind instrument effectively. I'm going to leave the lesson there. We will have a part 2 where I talk about some other breathing related concepts, but I don't want to overload you guys with information or make this episode too long. So take everything I just talked about in this episode and work on integrating it and practicing it in front of a mirror and making it a habit, right? Having a strong habit of breathing effectively is only a positive thing that you can introduce into your life. So I hope this was a helpful episode for y'all. This is for any wind instrument player. This is for any person out there who happens to breathe. You need to learn how to breathe deeply and effectively, and that's going to give you a lot of advantages in life. So I hope you guys liked the episode. Like the video. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm doing daily content of tutorials, of lessons, of ideas, of art, of performances, and there's a lot of cool stuff I have planned coming up in this digital medium. So I hope you guys will follow me on that journey and come with me as we do these things together. Leave any questions and comments down in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.